What's up, you guys? Chet-Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all from beautiful Charleston, Tennessee. Now, Charleston is just outside Cleveland. It's a smaller town. It's pretty nice. In the earlier years of my channel, I did a few videos here in this area, mainly because this is where the historic Fort Cass was. It was one of the last stops for, or where all the Cherokee were rounded up and taken to the and forced out west. And it's also a major site for the Civil War. But anyway, you guys, we're going to be doing something different here today, and it is in regards to the train bridge that's out here in Charleston, Tennessee. You see, this train bridge, it was a strategic point during the Civil War. It was the only railroad bridge that crossed the Hiwassee River. In 1861, it was burned down by Union sympathizers, and then in 1863, it was burned down by Confederates in order to gain control. But anyway, guys, what we are going to be doing, so I'm not sure if you can see my car right there, but I have my kayak. I've got my magnet fishing magnet. I haven't made a magnet fishing video in a very long time, so I figured this would be an interesting thing to do. I've never done this before. And now here's a better retelling of the history behind this railroad bridge. But flames roared into the sky here on November 8th, 1861, when Union Loyalists burned the East Tennessee and Georgia Railroad Bridge. The strategically important span was the only crossing of the Hiwassee River for the railroad, and both sides alternately damaged and rebuilt the bridge during the war. The 1861 bridge burnings prompted Confederate authorities to tighten their military control over East Tennessee. When retreating Confederate troops damaged the bridge in November 1863, Union General William T. Sherman was compelled to spend the evening of November 30th in Charleston. Here he received orders from Ulysses S. Grant to take command of a column marching to relieve General Ambrose E. Burnside during the siege of Knoxville. The Hiwassee Bridge crossing was not only significant as the connection between Chattanooga and Knoxville, but also played a role defending Charleston. And despite further supplies in the aftermath of the Battle of Missionary Ridge, two of Confederate General Joseph Wheeler's cavalry divisions raided a Union wagon train of Colonel Bernard Leibold in December 28, 1863. The 300 wagons were crossing the Hiwassee en route from Chattanooga to Knoxville. As Leibold's infantry defended the train, Union Colonel Eli Long's cavalry brigade crossed the river and charged the Confederates, who retreated to Dalton, Georgia. The Charleston Cumberland Presbyterian Church was used as a hospital to retreat the wounded. The Union Army occupied Charleston for the rest of the war and built 2 blockhouses on each side of the river to protect the bridge. So now that you all know that the bridge has been burned down at least twice, that's why I kind of got the idea to do some magnet fishing. I doubt that we'll really find anything, but we might. And plus, I want to say during the Civil War, I believe that the Charleston side was the Confederate side, and while the Union were here, they would take small boats across the river, and they would make exchanges between Union soldiers and trading goods, mostly newspapers and stuff, to see what was going on up north, or so I remember anyway. But anyway, let's get down to the river. Let's do some magnet fishing. And now that we are down here at the put-in, it's this bridge right here in front of us. I don't think I talked about it in my my Charleston, a city under siege video, but we'll be going under that, and we'll be doing our magnet fishing. So now to the fun part. We got to get this thing off, which, not really looking forward to it, but you know, honestly, it shouldn't be too bad. See, there we go. Okay, Took me a little while to get her all ship shape and ready, but I got my magnet, got my handy dandy, ever reliable paddle, got a few drinks to keep myself hydrated. Oh yeah, and also the life vest. Even though I'm a pretty good swimmer and the water probably here isn't all that deep, you can never be too sure. Now, since it is so darn hot outside, I think I'm mostly gonna stick to the tree line until we get out to the bridge itself. Said, wouldn't it be interesting if I found something like a cannonball? That would be just downright weird. Now, this is something I also wanted to show you guys while we were making it out to the bridge. I'm pretty sure that you can see that big foundation right there. And across from that, well, is the other side of what this old structure used to be. And what all this was is that used to be the historic 411 bridge that got or the historic Highway 11 bridge that got torn down some time ago. When I made a video talking about the Phantom Monk of Charleston, I thought this originally was the train bridge, because I had always heard that it had gotten burned down, but no, it's this bridge right here. I mean, obviously it doesn't have the old 1800s vibe to it because it has been modernized. And man, wouldn't you just love to have that in your backyard? This looks like that's a pretty nice little jumping bridge. Although there's nobody jumping it on it today. So I think we're gonna get a little bit closer and we're dropping the magnet. So let's have some fun, shall we? Let's see if we pull anything up. So it's probably about 8-10 feet deep. Probably not gonna pull anything, but you never know. Okay, so we get really close to the bridge. There's a lot of rope. Didn't pull anything. No, so I guess I'm gonna toss it again. We'll see what happens next. Since it's so deep, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it at this depth, and I'm gonna do maybe like a dredging method, where I'm just going to let this sit on the bottom as I kayak with it. Hopefully I don't lose my magnet fishing magnet, because this one I really like. Oh, what? Okay then. I just now started and looks like it's already got something. Like it's, I don't know, like it's wanting to stick to something. And I just got started, so I guess, well, maybe there is something down there. A lot of rope for one magnet fishing magnet. Nope, nothing. All right, time to drop it again. Don't you just love old structures? Okay, I think this one will be my last pull. Haven't gotten anything yet, but I think I may have found a constellation. I think I found some old barges over there. So let's see if we can get at least one thing today, because if not, I mean, it's not a total bummer, because you all did get to learn some Civil War history. Okay, and plus I did not realize how deep it actually was, and no, sadly nothing. So like I said, I think I found something to make it up to you guys. You see? An old barge. It's just rotting away. Don't think that's a foundation or a dock, because it looks like it's all made of metal and it's been here a while. Yeah, I think it's a barge. Because look how the boat is shaped and how it goes into the water. Kind of wonder. So I'm guessing this was probably a big old barge at some point, but obviously it's all just kind of fallen to the wayside. Or who knows, maybe it was a dock at one point. Huh. There's a little bit of metal right there. If it is a barge, no telling what all is still left behind. See, this is what I like about magnet fishing and doing stuff that I haven't done in a while. You always find a lot of weird, strange stuff. Yeah, those are barges. You can see it in the shape. Although, it's probably been for forever since this thing has been out. I kind of doubt that it's going anywhere because you can see cracks in the hull. If only walls, or I guess you could say, if only barges and stuff could talk. So, because you can kind of see the end of that barge, or a dock at the least. By the way, we came at a good time. I don't know if you can hear that, but the train is making its way. Let's see if we can't see it. Yep, here she comes. Oh, dude, that's cool. Didn't find anything, but that is so cool that we got at least 2 Norfolk Southerns going across the bridge. Well, I felt like that would possibly happen. Not finding anything. So for my trolls, don't beat me down too bad. This was a bit of a risk taker. At least y'all got to see a historic Civil War vantage point, a very important Civil War spot that both sides fought over. Actually, I do have some interesting information about the old bridge, about 1861. You see, my great-great-grandfather and my great-great-grandfather, Levi Truett and Daniel Truett, they were a part of a group of those they were in that same group of loyalists that burned this bridge all those years ago. And of course, the Truetts, they sided with the North. They were abolitionists. And my great-great-grandfather Levi, he died in a prison camp. And I want to say the same thing happened for Daniel Truett, but that's a cool piece of history for that bridge that we went out to today, or at least personal relations. But anyway, guys, I think I might come back and make another video on this, because I feel like if I had a group of friends that the water were just a little bit lower, like during the winter time, maybe we could find something. So this is probably going to be another vlog for another day. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe. Always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care and that y'all want to see more awesome videos like this. So without further ado, you guys, this vlog is over. See y'all in the next one. Peace.